my work with young people is oftentimes first half of the time is listening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're used to adults just talking over them and not listening to them, so I sit back and chill and listen, and like, what I hear is oftentimes just, just an expression of who they are and trying to be careful about it because they don't want to get shut down. They don't want me to stop listening, so they because sometimes people just, they don't want me to shut off and then stop and go into a mode where, oh, okay, I'm gonna do other stuff and you guys just be as loud as you want to over there. Which is what a lot of kids experience, unfortunately, is. So, and being engaged in what they're doing, and I ask them questions about what they're interested in and what they are curious about, and it takes a while for kids. There's some kids that just haven't been engaged on that level very often. Sometimes it takes a long while to get them to open up and just actually tell me what they're really thinking about, because they're so used to maybe getting half a sentence in before someone says, oh, well, it's, and just, oh, that's just, getting brushed off or getting ignored at that point. So, unfortunately, it's kind of a painful experience a lot of times working with young folks in my community, because I do recognize that there are patterns that are kind of beyond my scope that are at play that I'm consistently trying to figure out. So where does this pattern begin? And what can we do as a community to have a conversation that helps us start to kind of get at that pattern earlier and earlier? Because once they get to a certain age, there's really limits to what you can do, right? So I don't know if that's what you're asking me.
No, that's very insightful, and especially the idea of how we need to listen, how we need to engage and take the time, because they don't always want to talk quickly about it. And I was thinking as you were saying that parenting is a job that I think a lot of people feel guilty about, and just thinking, sometimes we really just, as you're saying, have to kind of report for duty and just be able to listen and engage, and do what they want to do, and that starts to build a relationship that we may not have had. So it's kind of like, I think it's like not ever too late, and it's always possible. But it starts with that kind of listening and a conversation. Conversations usually have to be 50-50, not more than, or you're not really having a conversation. It's more like a lecture. And I think by now most of our kids kind of number those. This is lecture number 36 about this. So they just turn off that switch that just goes, where if we try to wait until there is a dialogue, it's very, very true. It works.